You think I would keep tolerating you? I stood at the living room door holding the bill he left behind. Sunlight streamed through the curtains, casting long stripes across the floor. He leaned on the sofa, arms crossed, a smirk on his lips. I glared at him, papers scattered on the table, the handwriting familiar yet strange. Mother sat at the dining table holding a teacup, silent. My brother Dorian's eyes flickered with a trace of panic, then vanished. I walked over, picking up the fallen papers, my heart trembling slightly. $55,000 vanished into thin air. The quiet of the house felt heavy and suffocating. Dorian stood and moved to the door, his steps light yet provocative. I watched his movements like observing a dangerous predator. Mother's gaze shifted between us as if measuring me. Father leaned against the wall, eyes sharp but silent. His suitcase sat on the table, empty, clothes gone. I crouched, inspecting the drawer for lock marks, subtle and precise. Sunlight on the floor like a scrutinizing beam, lighting every face. Dorian said softly, I just took some money, don't overthink it. I gripped the papers, fingers white with anger. He stepped back swiftly yet silently. Mother exhaled lightly as if urging me to hold back. I turned to the window, street bustling yet irrelevant to me. Father remained silent like a cold stone in the corner. The air thick with unspoken threats and schemes. I slowly walked back to the study, the desk piled with old bills. Each page seemed to remind me of past losses and humiliation. I picked up a paper, studying the numbers, familiar and glaring. Dorian retreated to the door, fists clenched, eyes full of contempt. Mother stood, attempting intervention, slow and hesitant. Father cleared his throat softly, eyes still calm as always. I approached the drawer, noticing faint traces of tampering. $55,000 disappeared like evaporation. Dorian sneered, you'll never catch the evidence. I said nothing, just stared at him coldly. Mother gently set down her teacup, careful not to break the house's order. Father stood straight, arms crossed like a barrier. The air felt frozen, every breath audible. I crouched, sorting the fallen papers, fingers brushing old letters. Dorian stepped back, eyes flickering but did not flee. I looked at Father, his gaze firm, unmoving. Mother whispered, maybe you should both calm down. I stood up, fists tight, eyes sharp as knives. Dorian taunted softly, even angry, you won't get the money back. I smirked silently, noting every detail. Father leaned against the wall like a still statue. Mother's fingers trembled slightly, hiding unease. I went to the bookshelf, took out a notebook and began organizing clues. Dorian watched me, testing my limits. Tension and unspoken conflict filled the room. Sunlight still filtered through the curtains mottled on the floor. I opened the notebook, recording every number, every transaction. Dorian snorted and turned toward the door. Mother stood gripping the hem of her shirt. Father's eyes sharp, observing every move. I closed the notebook, already planning my next steps. Dorian paused and glanced back, smirking provocatively. I did not respond, only stared like fire. The air thick and heavy, every breath slow. Sunlight slanted across the floor, casting shadows of us all. I knew I had to act, I could wait no longer. Dorian opened the door and left hurriedly. Mother sighed softly, worried. Father still silent, standing straight like iron. I looked down at the papers, feeling cold determination rise. I noted every bank record, every transfer trail. Every cent accounted for clearly. I went to the law office to copy documents as evidence. Every call, every interaction meticulously recorded. I studied legal clauses and contract loopholes. Discovered hidden accounts holding his funds. I organized past evidence of disregard and humiliation. Every ignored family meeting recorded. Every provocation saved in audio. I contacted former colleagues, gathering proof of his deceit. Online I found screenshots of false statements. Secretly photographed his financial moves. Each step carefully avoiding detection. All evidence categorized and labeled. Worked with lawyers to plan collection strategy. Each line precise to accounts and documents. Applied to freeze related accounts. prepared to submit all evidence to court. Dorian began to suspect but found nothing. I stayed calm, every response measured and decisive. Pulled all his bank transfer details, printing them into volumes. Every page showing illicit moves. Contacted media ready to expose his fraud. Retained private emails and chat logs. Every evidence collected adding to his fear. Communicated with former partners confirming contract breaches. Kept all written proof. Secretly recorded his phone threats. All would be key evidence in the future. Worked through the night organizing files, dim light focused. Every signature, every transfer recorded in detail. Dorian began losing sleep, unsure how much I knew. Adjusted strategy, making actions seamless, leaving no trace. Checked accounts daily to prevent fund movement. Started planning final action. Ensuring legal and financial measures effective. Every document, every evidence a tool of revenge. Arranged witnesses with lawyers for court statements. Ensured Dorian could not argue. Pre-notified media, keeping actions transparent. Every piece of information part of revenge. Dorian grew anxious, doubting even family members. I stayed silent, letting him guess. Handled legal documents and banking meticulously. Kept the entire revenge process orderly. Recorded daily reactions, ensuring precision. Collected social media evidence and exposure routes. Every detail usable in court. Dorian ultimately could not defend in court. I presented all account files, contracts, screenshots, recordings. Media reported his fraudulent financial acts. He lost reputation and trust publicly. Bank accounts frozen, funds reclaimed. Partners canceled contracts. I watched calmly as he trembled in court. Begging to return the money, powerless. Mother surprised, watching me control the situation. Father nodded, subtly approving. Dorian screamed for forgiveness. I stayed unmoved. Court ordered funds returned and penalties imposed. I publicly revealed all evidence showing the truth. Dorian lost position, friends, and trust. Alone at home, he shivered helplessly. Every call for help ignored. I calmly organized files, ensuring nothing was missed. Media continued reporting his failures and breaches. Every exposure increased his anxiety. Bank accounts fully frozen, funds back in my hands. Partners lost business, stock value fell. Lawyers confirmed all actions complete. Dorian finally collapsed at home, helpless. Mother and father looked at me as if seeing a new person. I returned files to the shelf neatly, like a symbol of victory. The air filled with calm and triumph. Dorian whispered helplessly, unable to change the facts. I stood by the window watching the street serene. Knowing I had finally completed my revenge. Every action the result of patience and calm. He trembled helpless like a trapped animal. I did not respond, only quietly organized notes. Mother sighed softly, eyes wide in surprise. Father patted my shoulder in approval. Dorian curled on the floor, trembling. Eyes full of fear and helplessness. I closed the notebook slowly, satisfaction rising. He finally understood he could not escape consequences. Every bill, every piece of evidence like a sword. I calmly left the room, sunlight on me. The air filled with the peace of revenge completed. Dorian silently begged, looking at me full of despair. I only stared like a torch at the window. Mother and father exchanged glances, relieved. The house quiet again, air no longer heavy. I sat back at the desk, continuing to organize files like ritual. Every record a mark of victory. Dorian curled on the floor, trembling, powerless. I slowly stood, moving to the window, light on me. Every piece of evidence undeniable. Media continued exposing his wrongdoings. Bank recovered all funds, partners canceled contracts. Dorian completely isolated, trembling and uneasy. I calmly organized evidence, ensuring nothing was left to chance. The air filled with the calm and strength of victory.